Something's Brewing, sponsored by Sacred Heart University. Learn the science of beer in Connecticut's first brewing certificate program.
Something's Brewing takes us to Bridgeport. Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Zeller. Aspetuck Brew Lab is making a beer to raise money for the Connecticut Brewers Guild. That's a local organization that fights for these businesses. Now other craft breweries are on board. Peter Cole's joining us now. He's the owner of Aspetuck Brew Lab, and you're on the Connecticut Brewers Guild board. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
It's been quite some time.
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Lots happened.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I know COVID has really turned the lives of everyone kind of upside down these days, and the Guild has suffered a little bit. So
Absolutely.
You came up with this idea to help them out.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so this is an open source beer project that we conceived called Undivided. We put out a base recipe for an IPA, 6% IPA. We put this recipe out to all the brewers in Connecticut and invited them to brew the beer. Make it their own, put a little twist on it, and donate a portion of proceeds to the Brewers Guild, because right now the Brewers Guild needs the funding to be able to continue to operate in the state.
So what, 21 or so brewers?
So far we have about 20 or 21 breweries that have signed on and have committed, and a lot of them have already brewed the beer. We released ours last week. Back East released theirs last Saturday, and there are a bunch coming up in the next couple of weeks, and you're going to see this beer rolling out over the next couple of weeks, couple months, and we hope to get several, maybe a dozen, 2 dozen more breweries on board.
That's great. So tell us about your recipe.
So our recipe is about 30% wheat, about 60% malted barley, and 10% oats. It's a nice soft mouthfeel, pretty typical of a lot of the IPAs out on the market. And then we hit it with 4 different kinds of hops. Our base recipe has Citra, Mosaic, and Azacca, and we used Galaxy as our wild card hop. We invited breweries to use a 4th hop, a mystery hop, and make it their own.
That's great. I was going to say, so everyone kind of has their own twist of this recipe.
Absolutely.
Which will make it interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think it's great for the brewers to be able to experiment outside of their core beers or some of even their other experimental beers. And it's great for the consumer because it gives the consumer a chance to try all these different versions of a similar beer, but with different breweries' takes on it.
Phil Pappas joining us now, Connecticut Brewers Guild. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Long time no see.
I
Although
know.
it was just in the summer we saw each other.
Right. Flew by.
Yeah, it did. So this is so great. And I know what Peter was mentioning, you lost a lot of funding, the Brewers Guild did,
Yeah.
Obviously with COVID. So how will this money help the organization?
Yeah, I mean, as the leading trade association that oversees all the breweries, you know, through all the changes that we've seen during COVID in terms of the DECD guidelines, we need to continue to protect and promote the industry as a whole, especially with everything that's been going on and keeping up to date with the changes and funding through PPP or SBA or through the federal relief package. We need to update and keep our breweries up to date with all the information that's coming available to keep their lights on and keep them open. So as the organization that oversees all that, we need to be able to stay open and operating. And with no large in-person events that we were able to hold and get the consumers involved to help support us throughout the year, something like this is a huge resource and a huge opportunity for us to keep operating. And we're a membership-based organization, and we don't want to raise the dues for our members, especially during the hardest time that they've seen in years. And as breweries open up as well, we'd much rather do something like this, get the community involved, and really stand undivided as what we coined it. And it's just humbling to see all of our breweries get together to, you know, get back to supporting all of our organization.
So how long is this fundraiser going to last?
Yeah, so it's going on for the next couple of months as breweries start to brew and can, and we'll be hitting the shelves and the draft lines very soon.
All right, hope you guys raise a lot of money.
Yes, absolutely.
Cheers. Something's Brewing at Aspetuck Brew Lab.
Cheers.